Hopeful news if you're one of the millions of Americans
Say
suffering
goodbye
from
to back pain without drugs, needles, or
surgery.
surgery.
Without drugs or surgery.
Benefit from this breakthrough procedure. Imagine, what if you could be helped by an affordable, non-invasive, non-drug scientific discovery for chronic back pain?
There are 4 important objectives of spinal aid physicians: to arrive at an accurate diagnosis, to thoroughly explain to you so you fully understand, to help you realize your exact problem and options for care, to encourage you to take an active role in your treatment so you can become pain-free and enjoy an active lifestyle. To arrive at an accurate diagnosis, the doctor will conduct a full history of your current complaint, review any pertinent social or family history, assess any other body systems that could be involved, conduct a thorough physical, orthopedic, and neurological evaluation, determine the need for any special tests, x-rays, or labs, make pertinent decisions based on the collected data to determine if you are a candidate for this procedure.
National data research from Duke University reports that 8 out of 10 adults will suffer back pain at some point in their lives.
Amazingly, for every 5 people, 1 person has back pain that is chronic or severe and interferes with their quality of daily living. The most common back pain is due to strain sprain injuries, which arise from overexertion, strenuous movement, sudden movement, or cumulative trauma disorders, referred to as CTDs.
NIOSH, the National Institute for Occupational Safety and Health technical report, states that overexertion accounts for 60% of all low back problems.
The New England Journal of Medicine states that low back pain is the most frequent reasons for visits to physicians.
That's right, and 1/4 of the annual health care budget is spent on pain, primarily back pain, with over $100 billion spent annually.
It's true, and across America, hospital emergency rooms are filled with back pain sufferers. Each year, back pain causes Americans to spend $11.1 billion on office visits, $4.5 billion on hospitalization, $3.9 billion on prescription drugs, $4.7 billion on outpatient facilities, $1.1 billion in emergency rooms.
Back pain is the leading reason for visits to physicians, the #1 reason for visits to neurologists, the #1 reason for visits to orthopedists, and the #1 reason for visits to chiropractors. Duke University research also reports that over-the-counter remedies for back pain cost Americans $26 billion a year. Gary Claxton, Vice President of the Henry J. Kaiser Family Foundation, which monitors healthcare spending, says the rising costs and the growth in the number of back surgeries is a good example of why healthcare expenditures are more than double inflation. Alarmingly, a study published as far back as 1988 in the New England Journal of Medicine states 51% of all back surgery is unnecessary. Surgery and costly procedures are no longer the only option. Spinal Aid Centers of America is the nation's first and only healthcare franchise dedicated to non-drug, non-surgical treatment of back pain. Spinal Aid Centers represent a rapidly growing network of dedicated healthcare providers who share the common goal of offering the scientific discovery known as non-surgical decompression for the relief of chronic and severe back pain.
If you are one of the 70 million people with a chronic or severe condition, or if you've been to more than one type of physician, or have had more than one opinion but are still in pain,
if you've been told you've had to learn to live with the pain, or if you're on medications long-term or diagnosed as clinically unstable,
if you've been treated unsuccessfully, or have been scheduled for surgery, or worse, had an unsuccessful surgery that hasn't helped,
if you've been diagnosed with disc hernia, disc bulge, sciatica, stenosis, arthritis, deterioration, facet syndrome, facet arthrosis, certain levels of spondylolisthesis, or osteoporosis, there is now hope.
That's right. There's now a scientific discovery, a true medical breakthrough known as non-surgical spinal decompression.